Hello everyone, and welcome back to another installment of Only in Design Group's presented Da Vinci Unified training videos. Today, we'll be talking about configuring units of measurement for pallet in, pallet out processing. We'll be covering topics such as LPNs, the actual configuration for pallets in unit of measurement, and the differences between the types of configuration for pallets. Before we continue, there are a few subjects we'll glide over in this video that are worth checking out in some of our previous videos. Now, to begin our lesson, I want to discuss an important topic, the LPN. LPN stands for license plate number, and it is a unique value for each pallet that can be automatically assigned by Da Vinci, or it can be provided by the manufacturer and scanned during receiving. Only in Design Group highly recommends using LPNs because this increases the efficiency and accuracy in the warehouse considerably. When dealing with unit of measurement and pallets, there are two common scenarios that Da Vinci Unified is prepared to manage. The first example is called pallet in, pallet out. This is when a pallet will be received and shipped without breaking the pallet. In other words, there will be no case picking or any picking from this pallet prior to shipment. It will all be sent as a unit. To handle this pallet in Da Vinci, create an item and set the unit of measurement type to each. Then, in the description, type pallet, while in the abbreviation, type PLT. Now, we strongly warn against leaving the weight at 0. This will certainly set up for problems in the shipping process. With that being said, how do you handle pallet weight? If the weight doesn't change, then just set the weight of the pallets at the each unit of measurement. If the weight varies for each pallet, enable track actual inventory weight in the account. This is discussed in detail in a separate video on account configuration and receiving. You can also configure the average number of cases per pallet by setting the tie and high settings in the unit of measurement. A unit of measurement with 6 tie and 5 high is 30 cases per pallet. Once you have saved, you can view the item's whereabouts and quantity in the item inventory window. Just select warehouse and then item inventory. In item inventory, search for the account to view the inventoried items. Then select the desired item to view. Notice in this image there are 2 LPNs in this location. That means there are 2 pallets with different LPNs currently residing in this location. We discussed for pallet in, pallet out, you cannot pick off of this pallet. The pallet is shipped out exactly as received. But in situations where cases are on an LPN, this also represents a pallet. But this pallet has the ability to be picked from, and Da Vinci automatically keeps track of the number of cases left on the pallet throughout the life it is stored. The way to achieve this configuration in Da Vinci is by simply setting the unit of measurement to the case type, but then receive the cases on an LPN. Once saved, the item will appear like this in item inventory. Notice the significant differences between both forms of configuration for pallet units of measurement. Once you've begun to add more items, it may begin to look a little more like this. This concludes our lesson in configuring units of measurement for pallet in, pallet out processing. Be sure to check back with us for more videos on how to use Da Vinci Unified. And if you have further questions or would like to set up a training session, feel free to contact our support. Or check out our detailed documentation online. Thanks for watching.